What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to What Are Those, the show that explores the art of sneaker culture. I am your host, Adam Butler. So happy to be here. Remember, this show is powered by the On My Feet Network, the OMF Network, the dopest app out there, man. Trust me, it's for sneakerheads, by sneakerheads. Get on there. I'm on the app. It's on Android. It's on iOS. Get it. You don't got no excuse. Now, before we get to the show, I gotta get to my heat check, and this week I'm doing something a little different from me, okay? Let's talk about the Yeezy Quantum Basketball Frozen Blue. This is a sneaker that I was hesitant on copping, but I went ahead and took a chance, and in hand, I love them. They are different. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw them in pictures, I thought they looked like moon boots, especially on the size 12, but as I have them in hand and on feet, I definitely appreciate this pair, so that's why they're this week's heat check. So listen, guys, it's Women's History Month, and to be honest with you, I don't think women get enough respect in the game. I don't think they get the recognition they should within sneaker culture. So I definitely want to make it a point to spotlight women moving forward, you know, not just this month, but as long as I'm blessed to have this show. So coming up next is my guest, Dara Betts. She's dope. She's an artist, designer, very important in the space. I'm so blessed to have her on the show. I'm not going to waste time. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my homegirl, Dara, is in the building. Dara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you on. We're going to jump right into it. When you think about sneaker culture, what does sneaker culture mean to you?
It is, to me, it has this like beautiful intersection and like landing pad of, fashion, art, music. Like there's so many components and players in the game. So I really just love how it kind of sits in the middle of like our society in general, and has pull and has value to more than one like demographic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You know, I do this show for people not just that are not just sneakerheads and people that are really invested in the sneaker culture, sneaker community, but for people on the outside looking in that don't know much about it, right? And from the outside looking in, it's seen like a thing that guys are into. Only dudes wear this,
Sure.
you know, and it's always shocking for people on the outside looking in to see a woman in the space. Just tell me about what it's like for you to be a woman in the space.
There's definitely a shock value that I experience that other people experience when they meet me. And I the funniest thing is when you like exchange Instagrams with someone in person and they like, start scrolling through real quick while you're standing right there, and they're like, oh.
Got
And
that heat.
it's just it's definitely I don't know, there's some kind of like weird rewarding thing when someone realizes like you're different from just the way you look on the outside. I definitely appreciate being a type of way that people don't expect. I think that's like healthy for humanity and society to not always, be what's expected. And I think it over time teaches people to like dig below the surface and not judge right away.
What got you into sneakers? Like, how young were you when you started collecting?
I honestly didn't start seriously collecting until, like within the last 10 years. So I was like an adolescent for sure, like a young adult for sure. But I've always like appreciated sneakers. I was an athlete my whole life. My whole family were athletes. So, we followed other athletes, and, growing up in the 90s was like prime time for, starting to appreciate sneakers. And my brother's name is Jordan, and he was actually born in 85.
Wow.
So there's
Get
this
out
like
of here.
really crazy, yeah. There's this really crazy like soft spot correlation, like just beautiful, like poetic line to that just like ties me back in. But I didn't really collect as a little kid, which is funny.
That's crazy. Your brother's name was Jordan, and he's born in 85.
Right? Yeah.
That's an old bit if I ever heard one. That's a sign. That is a true sign.
Yeah. And
when
he
you,
sorry, really quick. We were younger, he used to collect sneakers, and then he stopped for a while. He like sold all of his stuff. And then within like the last decade, when I started getting into it, he came back around at the same time. So now we're like in it together.
Nice.
Which is pretty funny. Yeah.
I love that, man. That's really dope. That's a beautiful thing about sneakers, right? It's like it's a conversation piece. It truly does like build community, and I really think that's cool. When you
Yeah,
think about sneakers, do you see them as and I always ask people this, do you see them as wearable art?
absolutely.
Mhm,
Yeah. I mean, especially now with the way some of the collaborations are going,
mhm,
it's there is an absolute element to art.
mhm,
Even before collaborations, like a sneaker design is art. And
mhm,
um, you know, I'm sure Tinker Hatfield would tell you the same thing, but it's a form of art for sure. All design is a form of art. But yeah, now with the way, like I said, the intersection of fashion and art and music, like, we see artists like Cause, co-designing sneakers, and we see like, um, different, different like techniques like tie-dye being put onto sneakers, and, 1000% it's a form of art.
Speaking of tie-dye and colors, I really love the socks.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
tell the
I didn't even
audience,
mean to tie that in.
yeah, no, but it's a natural tie-in, right? Um, tell the audience about what you do, about the socks, about the brand and everything that you're into.
Okay, so I started my own brand a couple months ago, and what I was doing creatively at the time was like tie dyeing Nike socks just for myself. I never meant to, to turn into a business, but I started posting on Instagram like, "Oh, I made these for myself. I'm going to wear them with these shoes," and a ton of people started hitting me and asking me to make them stuff. So I started like leaning into that more and learning just more about tie dye, different dyeing techniques. And I actually started falling in love with garment dyeing Nike socks, which is like fully submerging the garment in dye, so the whole thing dyes. So now I'm like going crazy, like creating my own colors, and I'm loving it. And it's you know, socks are so practical.
Mhm.
When we think about how much we love sneakers, it's like, okay, you just put a sock with it. But I think we're in this cool space where people are wanting to feel even more um, like individual, because the sneaker game is really widespread right now, so it's a really cool way for people to differentiate themselves and their own style. Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at darabet, and I'm working on some really cool projects right now, expanding my skill sets, and my next drop will be announced soon, so would love you guys to tap in and see what I've got in store.
Yo, when that thing drops, I'm on it. Trust me. I'm in there.
We'll get you some socks.
Yep, see, that's what I love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to What Are Those? I've been your host, Adam Butler. You can follow me on all social, MSR_Adam. And please remember to download the On My Feet app. I'm on there as well. Let's communicate on there, all right? And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, continue to be great. Y'all be safe.